A Friend of Wax. Chapter 3. Dreamy Nights and Daydreams. All the lights in Nagano were turned off, except for the spotlights at the stadium. Haru was rushing through the ice rink, leaving behind clouds of shards of ice. The spectators were cheering for all the nations of the track, but the loudest cheers were in Japanese. Haru made a risky turn on the inside of the bend and was dashing towards the finish line. On the horizon she saw Ichiko, preparing for her run in the relay. With the advantage built by Haru, Ichiko should have no trouble getting them the gold. Just a few meters of ice stood between them. Haru was slowing down, getting ready for the baton pass. But right then, a strange beam infiltrated the stadium. Haru was blinded by it and tried to navigate the track from memory. It proved futile, however, as the stadium disappeared and Haru found herself inside some strange cockpit. Looking around, Haru found several aliens with red skin. "Target secured," said an alien standing behind some kind of terminal. For some reason, his face felt familiar to Haru. "Wonderful job," said another alien that had a uniform decorated with multiple badges of all shapes and sizes. Haru felt several kinds of fear at once: confusion at the situation she found herself in, uncertainty of what was to come, horror of the aliens who kidnapped her and whatever their motivation might have been. And finally, the void of outer space where no scream for help might be heard. Haru wished to flee this place, and unfortunately, she got her wish. Suddenly, red lights started flickering throughout the ship, and a loud buzzing noise could be heard. The crew was panicking. "We have to flee this place," said the alien behind the terminal. "The Galactic Union is going to swarm us any moment. Evasive maneuvers," the alien with the badges. "Set the course to Hades." The ship was escaping as fast as it could. It got further and further from Earth. The pilots were doing their best to avoid salvos from photon weapons, but a few shots did hit the ship, and the deck got engulfed in destruction and chaos. Haru and Olivier woke up from their nightmares. On one hand, they were dreams like any other. On the other hand, they were not dreams that are forgotten easily. "What was that?" said Haru. "Oh, you had a rough dream too?" asked Olivier. "Rough dream would be quite an understatement," said Haru. "Alien kidnapping, being flown off into the infinite vastness of space and crashing in a battle. Sounds like a rough dream to you?" "Hold up," said Olivier, noticing something. "I had a very similar dream." "What? Aliens kidnapped you too?" asked Haru. "No," said Olivier. "I was the alien that did the kidnapping." "What?" said Haru. "I remember my dream very well," said Olivier. "I was a pilot of a Tarindi warship. I was ordered to kidnap somebody from Earth." The parallels between the two dreams were not invisible to Haru, and she remembered how the alien's face seemed familiar to her. "Are you serious?" asked Haru. "You're telling me you kidnapped me?" "Whoa, from where are you getting this?" said Olivier. "Think about it," said Haru. "I was kidnapped, and you were a kidnapper, and the alien setting checks out too." "Jesus, can you please calm down?" asked Olivier. "We have school in the morning, we should go back to sleep." "Hold on," said Haru. But Olivier was already going back to sleep. Haru, of course, still tried to argue, but Olivier always riposted with ignorance. The only thing Haru could do was to either go to sleep or fall into thinking over her dream, thinking over everything that happened in it. There was one thing from Haru's dream that caught her attention in particular. Why was Ichiko there on the track? Suddenly, Haru realized how much time has passed since they saw each other the last time, and from the last message Ichiko sent Haru before her death. It was a very busy school day. Olivia's class had 2 mock tests, since the teachers weren't willing to check the legality of 3 normal tests on one day. Needless to say, the class was not feeling good that day. It was one of those days when Olivier found himself in a crossfire of collective bad luck and his position as the boy to bully. One of those days that felt like torture from dawn to dusk. Olivier heard a lot of invectives that day. He wanted to think he was used to it. After the previous day, however, he wasn't sure of it anymore. This time, Haru understood everything that was being thrown at Olivier, word to word. She was in shock at how words like that could even exist. In between the bullying crowd, Olivier noticed someone. One person was staring at him, yet seemed to not want to participate. She was just standing there and staring at the scene. She then walked away. Sometime later, Olivier and Haru finally left the school. They were tired of the day. Haru started to understand how Olivier might have disliked his life. "How is this happening?" Haru asked Olivier. "I was unlucky that there was no better target," said Olivier. "How long has it been?" asked Haru. "Since the beginning," said Olivier. "Why is it going on?" asked Haru. "Because what is there that I can do to make it stop?" said Olivier. Olivier was going home when someone stopped him. "Excuse me," Olivier heard a voice from behind him. From the school left a girl that seemed familiar. "Do I know you?" asked Olivier. "I don't think so, we're not in one class," said the girl. "I saw you getting a little pushed over." "Yeah, if you're willing to call it that," said Olivier. The girl took a can of soda out of her backpack. It still had some frost from the cooler of the vending machine. "I thought you might need it. Was I right?" the girl said. "I could use a drink if that's what you mean," said Olivier and took the can. The drink tasted sweet, with a bit of bitterness. It was just what Olivier needed. "What's your name?" the girl asked. "Olivier. And yours?" "Alicia." "Why are you talking to me?" asked Olivier. "I just wanted to make sure you're alright," said Alicia. "And, if you ever feel like you might need some help, you can talk to me." "Thank you. I'll remember that," said Olivier. "I have to go now," said Alicia and turned around. "Bye for now." "Alicia seemed nice," said Haru in the middle of the way home. "Yeah, she did," said Olivier. "Maybe it would be nice to talk to her more." "Maybe," said Olivier, but he didn't seem to say that honestly. "Hey, have some faith," said Haru. Olivier wasn't answering, so for quite some time he and Haru were walking in silence. "Do you think your life could be better?" said Haru after a while. "Maybe," said Olivier. "I have no idea." Just then, Olivier and Haru got into their home. From the doorstep they were greeted by the sounds of argument between Olivier's parents. The shouts were melting into a cacophony of blames and threats. Sometimes Olivier was thinking that he would like to know what his parents were screaming about. He never could. He was always lost in this mess of words. Olivier had no energy to listen to whatever his parents were yapping about this time. He simply said hi and went to his room. Rewatching old episodes of Trip Through Stars felt to Olivier like watching a history documentary about the times of his childhood. Or at least that's how he imagined it. He was watching back from the beginning since Haru said she has never seen the show. Haru could see how it could have been a show in which Olivier could get lost. Adventures of space explorers engaging in diplomacy, life-saving, and starship battles were exciting. The 4th episode they watched that day had something interesting. The crew has engaged in a difficult situation, featuring a red-skinned alien. Haru was sure she saw them somewhere. "Hold on, Are those the aliens from our dream? Haru asked. Yep, here are the Tarindi for you, said Olivier. Well, at least now I know where they came from, said Haru. Are they interesting? Olivier asked. They seem to just be a war-loving tribe, said Haru. Nothing that interesting. True, the early episodes were more of a proof of concept, said Olivier. The show starts showing its true claws in season 2. Even despite her not the greatest reaction to the aliens she was hyped for, Haru did enjoy the show. It somehow made a nice mix of senses of calm and adventure. And thanks to old filming techniques, it let the viewer dream of both the future and the past. And that prompted Haru to think about somebody. Hey, so today you can look up information about nearly anything on phones, Haru asked. Yes, is there something you'd like to look up? Said Olivier. Yeah, would it be too much if I wanted to look up information about a comic book author? Asked Haru. Not at all, said Olivier. Who would you like to look up? Haru then mentioned the name of her old childhood friend, Ichiko Shimizu.